Okay, so get this. What if a university could tell if you're going to pass or fail a class after just one assignment? That's not science fiction anymore. We're about to dive into the pretty incredible and, yeah, kind of controversial world of AI in education, where data is being used to make sure no student falls through the cracks.
So why does this even matter? Well, it all comes down to this one kind of shocking number. In some basic online courses, almost half the students, that's right, 50% don't finish. That's literally like flipping a coin on a student's future. It's a massive problem that needs a really powerful solution.
So, this huge dropout rate got people thinking, and it led to this really powerful question. What if we could actually predict who is at risk of dropping out, maybe even before they realize it themselves? And this, right here, is where predictive AI steps onto the scene.
You know, one of the biggest challenges with online learning is something that's been called the invisible struggle. Students aren't in a classroom. They're often on their own, behind a screen. And it is incredibly hard for teachers to see when someone is starting to have a tough time.
Think about it. In a regular classroom, a teacher can see it on your face if you're lost, right? They can see the confused look, the hesitation. But online, poof, a student can just disappear. They stop logging in, they stop participating, and by the time anyone even notices, it's often way too late to help.
So, to fight this invisible struggle, universities have developed something that's basically a digital smoke detector for academic risk. It's called an early warning system, or EWS, and its whole job is to spot the very first signs of trouble before it becomes a major problem.
And the idea behind an EWS is actually pretty simple, but it's also a total game changer. It's a system that's constantly looking at a student's digital footprint, using machine learning to spot those subtle patterns that say, hey, this person might be in trouble. It's all about being proactive, not reactive, catching the smoke before there's a fire.
So, how does this digital detective actually work? Well, it all starts by following the digital breadcrumbs that every single student leaves behind as they move through their courses.
I mean, this system just hoovers up a crazy amount of information. We're not just talking about grades. We're talking every single click, every video they watch, every file they download, every single post they make in a forum. Literally, every interaction becomes another piece of the puzzle.
And here's what's really cool. All of this super complex data gets boiled down to a simple sentence structure. Who did what to what? So, for example, student 1234 viewed a video about computer architecture. This super simple framework is the secret to making sense of millions and millions of these little actions.
Okay, so once all that data is collected and sorted, this is where the real magic happens. The system basically turns into a digital fortune teller, looking for patterns that can predict whether a student is on the path to success or to failure. One really effective way to do this is called the Gradual At-Risk Model, or GAR for short, and it's designed to get smarter and smarter as the semester rolls on. So after the first assignment, it makes a guess. Then after the second, it takes that new data and makes a better guess. With every new grade, its predictions get more and more accurate.
Yeah, so it really matters which algorithm you use. A simpler one, like naive Bayes, might get you, say, 68% accuracy, which is okay. But when you start using these more sophisticated approaches, like an ensemble model that basically combines a few different algorithms to check each other's work, boom, the accuracy can shoot up to over 90%. That is just an incredible jump in precision.
Oh, look, a prediction is totally useless if you don't do anything with it, right? So the really crucial part is how all this complex info actually gets to the students and teachers in a way they can understand and, actually use. A lot of these systems use something we can all understand, a traffic light dashboard. It's super simple. Based on your data and the AI's prediction, you get a color. Green means you're good to go, you're on track. Yellow is a heads up, maybe a little risky. Red means you're officially at risk. And some systems even use black. That's for students who've missed a couple of assignments and are in serious danger of dropping out.
And this is where it gets really powerful. This isn't just about warning you. It's about empowering you. The system isn't just saying, hey, you're in trouble. It's saying, hey, here is exactly what you need to get on the next assignment to pass this course. It gives students a clear, achievable goal.
And to make this even better, it's not just a dashboard. The system actually sends out these automated but personalized emails that look like they're coming right from the teacher to students who are flagged. It's a simple thing, but it opens up this vital line of communication, especially for online students who can feel so isolated. And the human impact of this? It's huge. Just listen to what one student said. I see that I am not only a name and a number in this course. Wow, that just says it all, doesn't it? It's a powerful reminder that behind all this data are real people who just want to know that someone out there is paying attention.
Okay, so the theory sounds amazing, but does it actually work in the real world? Let's dig into the hard data and see what happened when this stuff was really put to the test in a university course.
And the results are, well, they're kind of mind-blowing. In one study, get this, over 96% of the students that the system flagged as at risk actually failed. For the students flagged as potential dropouts, the accuracy was over 98%. That is almost like seeing the future.
But, okay, let's be real. These systems are not a magic bullet. They have some pretty big limitations. For starters, if a professor totally changes the course, all that historical data the AI trained on, it's basically useless. And some of the findings are really surprising. Like one study found that whether or not you showed up to a live online class was actually a pretty bad predictor of success. Things like downloading notes on your own time, that was way more telling.
And all of this leaves us with a really big, kind of tricky question for the future of education. We now have the technology to predict if a student will fail with scary accuracy, but with that power comes a huge responsibility. So where do we draw the line between being helpful and just being creepy, between support and surveillance? That's a question we're all going to have to figure out as this technology becomes a bigger part of our lives.